Drew. You want to watch this one? It's the end one.
The next session will need to be starting pretty soon. It's already 9:30, so everyone please take your seats.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
That makes it go a lot.
Okay. Chair member's not here. Chair Spargo.
When can I leave?
She's probably not yeah. Cheers.
What's going on?
I have no clue.
No bylaws.
What's that? Chair Swanberg?
Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
The Senate is still here. So we held a meeting Sunday, and we didn't know we were going to make quorum. To be quite honest, which thank you for coming and making quorum. We decided to keep the bills in committee, and I guess let them die, you could say, because we didn't want to take up more time for the 63rd session, and we felt there were important issues that are going to be brought up in the 64th. So you're welcome for saving the time. Great year. Is it? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying.
Just transition link.
Paul's not even here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, am I giving gifts now? Come on down. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Well, committee member of the year is Michael Cox. Surprise!
Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck at Harvard. Okay, and so you can thank Crystal. You should pass Crystal for the thing I gave her, please. She's on there. So, as you'll know, rules and regulations are just a bunch of fun. And Paul graciously decided to run for RR in the 64th, and I'm so happy. So, he gets the Senate's copy of Robert's Rules of Order. Have fun. And then, Austin Carlson was RR chair, what, 2 years?
61st session.
A long time ago. And for some reason, and Mike didn't tell me why, he gave this polar bear to Mike Simmons, who was RR chair before I was, and so I got it, and so now I'm passing it on to you. So from Austin Carlson to Mike Simmons, raise your forward to you. And then, did you find Crystal? Okay, I have some other stuff for you, but it's fun. I have a sword, which is on its way, because we are the guardians of the Student Senate, as are our chairs. When it gets here, I'll explain it a little more. Last year, in our last RR meeting, Mike knew I was going to be RR chair, and he's like, so what do you want to be RR chair? And I was like, I want a sword, because having a sword and being RR chair is probably the best thing you'll ever get, since we get to guard the room and escort out people that we don't think should be there. So he bought me a sword, and I'm going to pass that down to you as my little token, and I think that's
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Chair Sparkman.
Howdy. Howdy. So I chaired Academic Affairs Committee this year, and it's a very taxing job. You get a lot of flack from a lot of people here at the university. But at the end of the day, it's a very rewarding job to see the changes you're able to bring about and really improve the quality of education for everyone. And someone who's really helping the committee in researching issues and making sure all the work that we do is valuable to the student body. Is Senator Mark Womack, that's why he's the recipient of the Committee Member of the Year. I'll get to that check later. Taking over for Academic Affairs for the next session is Senator Brody Smith. So you want to come up, Brody? I don't have a cool, fun gift because, let's be real, AA is not fun. But it is very rewarding, and all the research you get to do, and all the work you get to do on behalf of the student body. So I try to give them a little head start and to compile a little bit of that research. So I'm passing on the Academic Affairs Research Binder. Best of luck. God bless.
Work out.
Chair Huberson.
Howdy!
Howdy.
All right, well, it's been an awesome year. Really enjoyed it. I've had an awesome committee this year who's done a lot of great things. We've done a lot. I feel like we did everything that was done before us and much more. We kind of went above and beyond, especially during a busy legislative year. And we began to dig into issues that impact students that really haven't been considered before. And whether you agree or disagree with some of them, I think it's important that we represent students on it. And I hope that you will agree that it is important that students have a voice before, especially our state government, who regulates education policy. But before I go any further, I'd like to recognize a committee member who did a lot of great work this year and was really a great resource and support for me. And I'm sure that he will do a great job as an officer next year. I'd like to recognize Brody Smith as Committee Member of the Year. This has been, again, a great year. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a good experience for me. I've learned a lot. I've been challenged a lot through working on easy issues and tough issues, and I just really value the relationships that I've built with everyone in Senate, but particularly those that I've built in the External Affairs Committee. I'm still in the process of transitioning with the 2 new officers, which is another great thing. I'm happy to have next year is 2 officers to manage, one to manage local affairs and one to manage more of the legislative side of things, and so I think that'll again allow us to have a more effective and efficient voice for the student body outside of the university. So I'd like to, I'm still in the process of transitioning, so I'm going to take you all to lunch, that's your treat, but I'm going to pass along to next year's our local affairs chair, Mr. Barbson Barber, some information, and then for Catherine, you get the whole big thing. That has all the really important information, including all the governor's phone number. No, I'm just kidding. That was my joke. Anyways, congratulations to you both. Thank you to everyone who was on EA this year, and thank you to everyone who really stepped up and served students. I think you all did a great job. Thank you.
We missed announcements, so we'll very briefly deviate back to announcements. I believe Chair Sparta had a few.
Let's go through gifts for the honors. Yeah, for Scott wrote a lot of bylaws bills So he's probably the only one who knows the official rules here in the Senate. So he can be our new sheriff in town. Congratulations, Pat. Clark, you are done with student government. So I'm not going to be returning to the Facebook Guido days, but in the event that you do, there's some hair gel. I actually need some more hair gel, thank you. Or wait, just a blast in a glass, so she got glass. I really tried to find a bow tie, but I couldn't. So you have to settle for bows, and you can put them on a tie. But I tried. I mean, if you arrange one on a tie, they'll look good. Okay, Fitz is not here anymore, but him and Russo had the same gift. I know they were big proponents of concealed carry, so I got you a glow-in-the-dark gun. If you ever do get to have a gun on campus, I really want to be able to see it, so here you go.
Please don't myself to carry.
And finally, there's our speaker, Albright. Albright, and she has the gavel. And she'll be losing that, though, at the end of this meeting. So, if you ever do need to maintain order in your future, rather than the gavel, you're more than welcome to use an air horn. And finally, for our SPP, for putting up with us, you put up with a lot of stuff. So, a diaper disposal bag to put all that stuff in. Thanks. And that's it. Officially, done.
Are there any further announcements?
Oh, yeah, we're going to take a last.
Seeing none, we'll deviate back to committee reports. Chair Russo.
Howdy, guys. Howdy. I would have a committee member of the year award, but I actually left it in my backpack because I was in a hurry getting here. But the committee member of the year is going to be Subcommittee Chair Tyler Beaufort. He's done a really great job. He's done a really great job this year. He came in to Senate wanting to do work. He asked me about taking a position as just a student member of the Student Services Committee, and then he stepped on as a subcommittee chair, and then only after he was a subcommittee chair did he actually get a Senate seat through the vacancy process. So his motivations for this have totally been to try and affect change, and he's written a report on alternative transportation on campus, which I'll have to do some light reading over as I transition out of this job, but I'm sure it'll do the 64th session a great deal of work as far as going towards advocating for policy. So if everyone should just give another round of applause for Tyler here. And then as we transition to our next Student Services Chair, I'd like to explain the pass-down gift that was actually passed down to me by former Student Services Chair Wilson. This is a character from The Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
I think that's what we decided.
Okay, I think so. But it's just a very scary thing, and this is the specter of student fees that always stares down Student Services chairs. So essentially, the intention is that you keep this as close to your bed as possible, so whenever you wake up at night, you can be reminded that student fees are always haunting the student body, right? Okay, and as far as a specific gift for Senator and soon-to-be Chair McNutt, you know, student services is really it's a really thankless job. You go through and you try to make little changes, and you just do the best job that you can. So my job, or my gift to him is what he'll get as Student Services Chair, which is just a hearty handshake.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Absolutely.
Chair McDuffie.
Yeah.
Howdy. The Constituency Affairs Chair would like to extend a thank you to Chair Esparza for all the wonderful gifts. I much like to welcome. Thank you. As outgoing CA Chair, I'll say that it has been an amazing ride and one that's been very educational. I've learned many things that I can't begin to explain because of the level on which I've learned them. And I am excited for Constituency Affairs in the future because it started out a few years ago non-existent. and then it was one chair, who was known as the whip. And then it became a chair with a committee that was optional. And now it's become a full-blown committee with a chair and standing members. And they're going to do great things for the students in the future. So with that, I would like to announce my committee member of the year. And just before that I do that, I would like to caution the audience that my committee member of the chair and other awards, they tend to overlap because I had a dwindling committee, but it's all right, and the future's going to be best. I would like to announce that the best committee member of the year was Senator Jody Harris. Thanks, Jody. Thank you. Hey, don't go away. Now, as a gift for the outgoing, or from the outgoing city chair to the incoming city chair, this is for best committee member. This is a lapel pin. I know that Jody, you are very well dressed men, and I trust that this will keep you well dressed as you're representing the students. Now, before you go away, you are the new city chair, and with that there comes a tradition. This bow tie you see me wearing right now was passed down to me from Jess Fields, and before that was Alden Harris, an original defender of the constituents. Therefore, and it's time. I would like to present to you the constituents bow tie.
Is this instructions on how to tie it?
You can read that later.
YouTube.
I trust that you will keep that bow tie and pass this on to your wife.
We'll now move into executive reports. SVP Robinson.
Howdy! Howdy! Well, gang, it's been a fun year. Thank you for everything you've done for Texas A&M. Thank you for everything you've done for student government. We, as I said the other night at SJ Banquet, we may have had our differences this year and tonight. But I think we can move past that to serve students. I think we did that overall. So thank you for that. Thank you for making my year enjoyable, at least, memorable, exciting, and never-ending, I guess. But thank you, the officers. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you to my team. I've got 2 individuals here on my team that have done outstanding work. I think we all agree on that. But I'm going to hand over the reins to Mr. Jeff Pickering. He's going to do an outstanding job. I know that for a fact. He'll probably do a better job than I did, and I think we probably hear some looks around the room. But Jeff, good luck to you. I don't have a gift for you besides the office, but that's about it. So God bless and gig him. Yeah.
Chief Justice David Lashing. All right, Speaker Bowen.
Howdy. Well, it's been a crazy year. Thank you to everyone who stayed. I had a whole bunch of awards and a huge speech and everything planned out, but I left it in my car. So all I have is 2. The first is the apple of discord. This is for the 2 senators who I think have caused the most, I guess, controversy and expressed the most opinion in this body, and I would like to give it to both of them so that they can fight over it. Senators Davenport and Pulliam.
Put it in the middle. In the middle, let them fight. Put it in the middle. Should we get down?
And then the second award is for my successor, Speaker Hathaway. Pro Tem is an interesting job, because when you're Speaker Pro Tem, and you're going to learn this soon if you haven't already, everything is your fault. And it's going to take a lot to get things going. So I got some candy from the Easter Bunny that I didn't really want.
Re-gifting? What? And you dropped it.
Give that out to members of the 64th session when issues come up, because they won't So, for those of you in the 64th session, I'm looking forward to serving with you. I'm looking forward to not having to do any of this anymore. And thanks to James, Speaker Albright.
All right, well, howdy.
Howdy.
I'll keep this brief. I know the 64th session is probably and have a lot of trouble having their meetings since student activities puts limits on us, so I'll keep this really short. There's a lot I wanted to say, but I probably shouldn't say a lot of it, so I'll keep my mouth closed. If you want to talk to me after, I have many, many things I would like to share with all of you. But just to keep it short and sweet, it definitely has been an interesting year. I think I've learned more in this position than in anything else I've done in my life. And I'm really excited for the 64th session. If there's one thing I can tell you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to challenge. Have courage. Have courage to stand up. Have courage to stand up for the students who aren't political activists. And come in here and complain for the students who do have to study. For people who have crazy majors like soon-to-be Speaker Wilson, and literally don't have the time to come in here and write speeches for us and regale us with their eloquence. Stand up for those students, because they're the ones who are really being hurt by a lot of what happens. So I guess with that, I'll go ahead and talk a little about Tanner. I don't think there's anyone who I'd rather transition to. You're going to do a great job next year. I got you a bigger gavel than me just because I thought, yeah, I thought that might be cool.
Could have given me a little one freshman year too.
Yeah, I remember that, so I had to get you another one. And then I have a copy of Robert's Rules of Order Newly Revised in Brief. It takes that book and makes it a lot shorter. So that's going to be a lot and it's maroon, so that's going to be good too. But with that, the 63rd session is now adjourned.
Thank you. How does stay for attendance? Yeah, why do you say roll call? Are you gonna kick him out?
I'm not here.
Small game again.